So next method is Dolch-Chebyshev method. So by using this method, what we have to do is, previously we learned about uniform amplitude distribution and also binomial array method. So in these both methods, in one method, that is in the uniform amplitude distribution method, what will happen is, so your main beam is narrow for large number of elements, but the side lobe level of uniform amplitude distribution is minus 13.47 dB. So that is the first side lobe level of a uniform amplitude distribution, and remaining side lobe levels are decaying side lobe levels. But when we go for the binomial array, so in the binomial array it is exactly opposite to uniform amplitude distribution method. In the binomial array method, what will happen is, we only main beam will be there, there will be no side lobe levels. So in this method, this Dolch-Chebyshev method, so that is invented by Professor C.L. Dolch by using Dolch-Chebyshev polynomials. So this method is the compromise between the uniform amplitude distribution method as well as the binomial array method. So in this method, the whatever may be the radiation pattern occurring is having main beam and the side lobe levels, all the side lobe levels are having equal values, equal number of side lobe levels, and the amplitude of each side lobe level is equal. So previous two cases, one is the first side lobe value and second side lobe value, third value, and those are decaying in the uniform one, and in the binomial case there will be no side lobe level. But what will happen in this Chebyshev polynomial method is, so all the side lobe levels, so from first side lobe level to the last side lobe level, each side lobe level having equal values. How we will find out this radiation pattern? By specifying the nulls between the side lobe levels, So how we will find out the Chebyshev polynomials? So there are two formulas are there. So in that, Tn of x is equals to cos of n cos inverse x. Tn of x is equals to, that is a Chebyshev polynomial, which is we represent Tn of x. Tn of x is equals to cos of n cos inverse x. So which lies, your x lies in between minus 1 to 1. That is minus 1 is less than x is less than 1. So this is the formula which we are using for to find out the Chebyshev polynomials. If the polynomials that x is greater than 1, then the formula becomes cos h inverse x. So if you find out the Chebyshev polynomials, what we have to do is, so if you want the first polynomial, put n is equal to 0. If you want the second polynomial, put n is equal to 1, and according to you find out the Chebyshev polynomials for x is less than 1 case, we can use cos of m cos inverse x. If you want to find out the Chebyshev polynomials which is beyond the limit, that is x is greater than 1, then cos of h inverse x, and your n may be lies between 0 to infinity. So there is another formula also there. So up to n is equal to 4, we can find out the Chebyshev polynomials by using the above equations. But beyond the 4 elements, that is 5, 6, 7, then there is another formula is there, that is Tn plus 1 of x is equals to 2x into Tn of x minus Tn minus of x. So if you want to find out the phi value, that means T5 of Chebyshev polynomial of n is equal to 5, then what we have to do is Tn plus 1x, that is, so your n value is 4 plus 1, that is 5, put n is equal to 4, T5 of x is equal to 2x into T4 of x minus T3 of x. So we know the T4 of x, T3 of x in the previous polynomials, then substitute those values and find out the T5, T6, T7 up to all the higher order polynomials. By using this formula, we can get the polynomial values. So this is how we find out the polynomial. Suppose here m is equal to 0. M is equal to 0. That is the first polynomial T0 of z. So where we can place z is equals to cos u. That means z is equals to cos u. So cos of m cos inverse of x, where we are taken cos u is equal to z, or u is equal to cos inverse of z, then you can get the Tm of 0 is equals to T0 of z is equals to 1. Next, second one, m is equal to 1. Then it becomes cos mu means cos u. Cos u means z is equals to z. That means T1 of z is equals to z. So if you go for the m is equal to 2, what will happen? Cos of 2u. 2u is equal to cos 2u is equal cos 2x is equal to 2 cos square x minus 1. So substitute the values, then you can find out your third polynomial is 2z square minus 1. And after that you are going for find out the third polynomial m is equal to 3, that is cos 3u. Cos 3u is equals to 4 cos cube u minus 3 cos u. So that like that you can find out the m4 value. So to find out the m4 value is cos 4u. So cos 4u is equals to 2 cos square 2u minus 1. 2 cos square 2u minus 1. So 2 into, we know the cos square 2u value, that is again you can substitute the values, that means 2 cos square u minus 1 of minus 1. Then you can see this 2 cos square z minus 1. So after that what we have to do is x square minus the formula, that is cos square z is equals to formula, and substitute that, we can get the value is 8x to the power of z to the power of 4 minus 8z square plus 1. That is the T4 of 5. Again by using m is equal to 5, what we have to do is T, that means in place of n we don't substitute 5, we substitute 4, n is equal to 4. So that is T4 plus 1 of u is equals to 2x into T4 of u minus T3 of u. So we know the values of T4 of u and T3 of u, substitute that values, then we can get the values. Like that we can find out up to m is equal to 9 and 10, like that. So this is the polynomial curve. In the polynomial curve we are drawn the curve for the x, we are taking the x axis as the x elements and y axis as is your Tm of x. For x is equal to, that m is equal to 0. M is equal to 0 means what will happen? T0 of x is equals to 1. So that's why that line is a straight line. Straight line at amplitude is 1. So after that T1 of x is equals to, that is equals to z value. So like that for all the polynomials we draw the curve. By observing this curve, what we have to observe is, 1 means all the polynomials of mth order which will pass from minus 1 to plus 1 or plus 1 to minus 1, and also within the range, that is minus 1 is less than or equal to z is less than or equal to 1. So in this range only, in this range means x is in between minus 1 to 1, all the polynomials lies between minus 1 and to 1, and also your all nulls also lies in this particular range only, and you can get your maximum value is minus 1 and minimum value is plus 1 respectively. So beyond what will happen, the higher order modes, beyond the higher order modes, you for x is greater than 1 you can get the higher order modes like a stepper slope, and these are the two formulas for your, if you want to find out the radiation pattern for even elements and the odd elements. These are the formula. Tn minus of x is equals z is equals to sigma n is equal to 1 to m an into cos of 2n minus u into 2n minus u, where capital M is equals to n by 2, that is number of elements by 2. And same way we can find the odd elements, that is sigma n is equal to 1 to m plus 1, that is an into cos of 2 into n minus 1 into u, where m is equals to n minus 1 by 2. Suppose if you take n is equal to 4, then that is for the first value n is equal to 1 to 2, we can get the summation value of all the elements and we find out the a0 and a1 value. And for this odd case, same, if you take capital N is equal to 4, then m is equals to what will happen? 4 minus 1, that is 3 by 2. That's what we can find out the next values, where u is equals to pi d by lambda into cos theta. And this is the radiation pattern of a Dolf-Chebyshev method. So where you can observe the main beam, in the center there is a main beam, and the remaining all the side lobe levels are having equal value, that is minus 30 dB. Minus 30 dB for where n is equals to 6 elements, and the element spacing between the elements is 0.7169 lambda. And these are the comparison curves between the uniform amplitude distribution and binomial array and the Chebyshev array. So in this curve, so the black line indicates uniform amplitude distribution, which is having higher side lobe level, that is I think more than minus 13.47 dB, and after that the blue line indicates binomial curve where there will be no side lobe at all. And for the Chebyshev polynomials, you see in the all the Chebyshev polynomials which is in the green color are having equal value of side lobe levels, Thank you.